I've hiked all the way up there, by the way. At least for me and my purposes here in TMP, I think I have a pretty cool watch collection. It has been amassed to do what I'm doing right here. Test them, fondle them, wear them, bring them to tabletop, review them. That's their purpose. Now granted, I like wearing them too. It gives me happiness. It's fun, kind of like a good gun. What is this on the table? Oh, still the CZ P10C. Oh dude, I'll get that back to you soon, I promise. It's tabletop decoration now. Knives, all the stuff as guys we enjoy. They're kind of like our shoes, as I've said before. Like women like changing shoes out, watches are like that for dudes. My point in telling you this is in that relatively large collection, of which is being bought and sold all the time. I just sold like 20 of them to make some more money for buying more. I have some where on my inventory spreadsheet, I will say something like, I don't ever want to take it off. That's how much I like the watch. And believe it or not, this $25 tactical watch, a Casio Mudmaster knockoff, is just that. I don't ever want to take this watch off. Check it. That's right, 25 bucks. Buy it fast. Amazon links below because they could go away. I have found with my watch reviews, I buy something and then I'm slow in posting it, and honestly the audience is slow in digesting the WRVs, so I have to meter them out. And by the time I review it, it's gone. Either it's been discontinued by the manufacturer, Amazon drops it, and then you have to go to some other website and search it out, and it's usually a hassle, especially if you ever have to return it. And Amazon returning it is simple. This is called the SMAEL. I know that's a ridiculous name, SMAEL tactical watch, and it is obviously a Casio Mudmaster knockoff. Now we see a lot of copying in guns, in knives, and in watches, in shoes, and everything. So it's not my purpose to come to tabletop and point my finger and say, hey, quit copying that manufacturer. They can do it themselves. Okay, it's not my job. My job is to serve the needs of my audience, and one of the things I'm doing with this review is turning you on to a tactical watch, or at least a tactical looking watch that is extremely affordable and extremely awesome. The SMAEL Tactical. Oh my gosh, do I love this watch. Yeah, I could honestly wear one of these every day and I'd be completely happy. Maybe not in scuba dive operations, because this is 5 ATM water resistant, and so that's not 5 bar. You can see it right there in the face. That's okay, it's not awesome. But for everything else, including top water operations like zodiacking, you'll see footage of me wearing my orange one, the orange banded one. Perfect. I think that's the one that's out on the Pacific coast. It's stored in the boat. Because it's so affordable, I can just leave it in the boat. SMAEL Tactical. Order quickly or they will be gone. Now, I did review the Casio Mudmaster GG1000. Here it is right here. Yeah, very similar, right? But not identical. I mean, this isn't marked with Casio markings. It's not trying to be a counterfeit. It's just along the style of that. We see the same thing in Armatron designs. All types of other companies are copying Casio and the G-Shock designs. I mean, there's literally thousands of them. This is just one of thousands. So if that upsets you, I mean, you can go on and start railing on those companies and make it your personal vendetta. But don't forget the gun manufacturers too that do it, like Ruger. They copy guys all the time. So you should be equally upset at them. Be consistent. This one is $270 and it is awesome. So it's not ABC. I think it's just temperature and compass is all this GG series has. It's not a Master G series, but it's super quality, super tough. G-Shock. Go look at my review on that. I'll put a card in it. Great looking watch. Here's the call number on it. This has been scuba dove with by myself. This is a GG1001 Alpha 3. Compass temperature, 3.4 ounces, $270 in Amazon. Previously reviewed. I did not and probably will never review the full-on Mudmaster, which is about $500 to $600. Wow, that's a lot of money for a Casio, the GWG1000, and I talked all about that. What I think of the SMAEL Tactical watch as is a starter watch for this. So maybe you don't know if the form factor would work for you. Maybe you don't know if you want to spring for $300 to $600 on one Casio watch. Then start off with this one, $25. Check it out, wear it, and say, hey, I like the form factor. I like how it looks. I like the attention it gets. It connects me with like-minded individuals. And by the way, it will do that. It will totally do that. Guys who are in tactical stuff, they'll notice your watch and you'll strike up conversations with them. They have with me wearing both of these watches, especially the SMAEL Tactical, because I'm able to hook into these super cool camouflage bands. If you go back to my Mudmaster review, even on the GG, but I did reference the GWG, full-fledged Mudmaster, those colorized bands that Casio makes, they're usually meant for the Japanese domestic market only, and they're extremely expensive. Get ready to plunk down about $600 for that. So again, we see a company that kind of outprices itself, and then it opens up the door for competition that can come in for much less cost and satisfy a demand. Because there is a huge demand for Casio Mudmaster. I know this as a watch reviewer. I know this as a person who keeps track of my own audience's likes, wants, and what they really would buy and spend their money on. They love a Mudmaster, but they're not going to spend $300 on it. Much less if they want a cool camouflage band version. Look at this one. This is like an urban gray woodland camo band of the SMAEL Tactical. I've never seen a Casio wearing this band. Freaking sick. It is so excellent. We'll look at the quality details in a minute. I'm going to show you several variations. Some are mine and some are Doodles. Let me put some color white in front of the camera to get that white balance squared away once again. Sometimes it skews. So this is TD's. So this is the same watch. So we got white hands, lume markers, a little bit of color variation. Then you have a very cool kind of a splotchy desert camouflage on the band. So super excellent. And then this is the box they come in, by the way. And they may go by different names, so I don't know if I want to put in SMAEL Tactical as my main brand. One of them just fell on the floor. I'm looking for it. But this one's called the Palata 1617, as you can see. Ultra cool. And here's that other one that fell. Dang, I had one that had a very cool, like, navy blue camouflage. This is tan, classic tan. I've shot in the desert with these. I think I have footage of me testing them. This one is Last Suspect. He buys them too. This one's new, still has its crystal protector on. And I don't know if any of these are set, so they're going to have different settings on them. But I'm showing you the different color variations and making the point that for you to achieve this kind of color variation in a genuine Mudmaster, you're going to be spending, I don't know, $1,500, maybe more. And then this is actually not a, yeah, it is a SMAEL Tactical. It still has that name on it. But this is a positive LCD display, and it really is the GG in a lot of ways. So it's copying the GG right here. Hey, that's a copy. Like I said, dude, there's a lot of copies out there. You're going to wear yourself out if you try to attack every company that's copying. It's rampant, especially in the gun world. I see it a lot and talk about it in my gun reviews all the time. Funny there, no one really seems to care. They're like, oh, whatever. That's fine. Great looking watch. Cool factor is off the scale because you're achieving the look of a Mudmaster for much less money. And actually, in some ways, you're getting a different watch. I know it looks like a Mudmaster, but don't think of it as a Mudmaster. For one, it doesn't have near the functionality. We'll see this when I go through the very basic feature set of the SMAEL Tactical. Or what do they call it here? The Hakuna Patata. Where is it? This one here. Oh yeah, the Palata 1617. And again, all that may change. Here's your instructions, by the way. It does have instructions and it does work. But if I forget something, I'll just reference you to read these. Simple instructions. That's all there is. Hey, they're made in China. Yeah, no kidding. A lot of cool stuff's made in China. I mean, amazing stuff. I've been talking about this the whole time I've been doing TMP, that the Chinese manufacturing has just improved year to year. I mean, it is amazing. The quality levels and what they do, these watches are excellent. Again, order them, wear them, come back, comment, and you tell me if they're just not worth the $25 you spent on them. They absolutely are. They're some of the best watches ever. Man, just love them. And there's other colors I'm not showing you, like the orange yellow band, like I mentioned, some other ones there. Look at my links, my Amazon links. You'll see them below. Again, time is of the essence. Size, lug width, weight, comfort, sweat factor. Well, it's basically, and I'm going to put these in the background against the P10C. It is basically a Mudmaster. So a Mudmaster is, you know, a chunky watch like this one. GG. It is. But I find these SMAEL Tactical wear quite well. Very well. They're lighter than a Mudmaster because they're 2.4 ounces versus, what was it, 3.4? Because they don't have the other electronics in them. They don't have altimeter, barometer, compass. They only have a stopwatch function. They are not solar, they're not atomic, and I think they consider them to be kind of a disposable watch because the case back does not officially unscrew. I haven't taken it all apart. There are some screws there though, so you could take it apart, but I think they say, well, you know, you're gonna get 2 years out of the battery, and then, you know, we don't really, I think I read somewhere on the Amazon page that said, well, once it's done, it's done. I myself would just totally try to change out that case back myself, the battery myself on the SMAEL Tactical. They are the exact same size, so they're going to be thick. I think, I don't have my ruler handy, I didn't write it down, but I'd say probably about 55 millimeters across, probably around 14, 15 millimeters in thickness, which I like. It's a thick watch, but again, they're more wearable than a real Mudmaster because they're lighter, way lighter. I think the strap is fantastic. I mean, it really looks like it's made in the exact same factory. It has the same exact polymer materials. The strap on some of the Chinese watches you'll go, ah, it's not so great. Not on this one. So it's also screw-through lugs. They have stabilizers on them, just like a GG does. Double stainless steel clasp on it. One keeper. I always put an additional silicone keeper on it. I did it with my GG. You'll see it right here. So that keeps it retained, and I get those in eBay, these silicone keepers. And I just get, I think this one's a 24, 23 millimeter one. This is a stock one, and that keeps that retained. And this has the same issue, so you're going to have to put a keeper system on it. The straps are fantastic. I mean, if you were to replace a Casio, a genuine Casio Mudmaster strap, I haven't priced it, but I will ballpark it 40, 50 bucks. That's the SMAEL. Here's one. That's what I'd say. Probably 40, 50 bucks. Here you're getting a watch for 25. 25 bucks, man. So excellent. Feature set. Lume. Noise. Alignment. Well, one of the things that makes this a watch that I feel like I could wear all the time is, of course, the looks. It just looks great. It looks technical, and it's attention grabbing, just like, you know, the Casio product is. First up, I love the hands. They're easily legible. They're big. They're easy to grab the time off of. There's no background noise that interrupts you pulling the most important data off it, and that's the time. So I really love that. I like the red indicator arrow, even though it's not technical as a real Mudmaster. What it's going to do is just kind of tweak around, and it's mostly for looks. You will have an LCD display here. Maybe you can see it better in one of these, and it will show the day of the month. It'll just be a little tick. Hear that? Very hard to read. I think the negative display is hard to read. It really is, but it's cool looking, and honestly, I'm usually wearing a smartwatch in addition to a watch like this, just like I am right now. Apple Series 2. I use that for messaging and, you know, fitness functions, and it allows me to tie into a cool analog like this without losing anything technologically. Then it's got the orange outlined seconds window there. Look at that. How cool that looks. It's just technical. 3-dimensional marker set in the case window. So it's a deep 3D look, just like a Mudmaster. You got some big numerals in there, not Roman variety. Yellow writing. And again, you will have some variations. So you can see the color of this one is different. It's kind of a beige, tan, tactical color on this variation. Same with the marker set. So the marker set's white on this, and here it's kind of luminescent. Now you'll have like cities going around the periphery of the bezel here. That's just for looks. This is your light button for illumination. And I guess, let me charge, while I'm charging this one up, I'll let you look at the positive display one. This one is more legible. It has kind of a different display to it, you can see. I like it a little bit better for legibility, but not for looks. I think the negative display in the SMAEL Tactical, I call it SMAEL Tactical, is better. Don't expect awesome illumination in this. I'm going to turn this off so you can get just a little look right here. It's okay. You know, and then this button right here will illuminate the back. That's pretty cool, right? Remember, $25, dude. This upper portion here, that's probably pointing to some feature. Let me see if I cycle through here. Yeah, it's just for looks mostly. I'm going to show you how to set this. I probably ought to do it right here because let me do that actually. I'm going to turn this on. But I have to keep pressing the light though for you to see it. I'm just thinking what's the best way for you to see it. I'm going to try doing it with just the light because you'll be able to see it so much more readily. So right now I think, yep, I'm just cycling through that. Okay, so there's your time feature. I'm going to go through the digital part first. So you can set whatever digital time you want, and you could actually use a dual time function for this. So you could set your analog hands for one time, your digital time for something completely different. Now I'm going to go to the stopwatch function. So the stopwatch, let's see, it starts with that, stops with that, and then resets with that. So that's your stopwatch. Simple, simple. But I love having a stopwatch function, especially if I'm not wearing my smartwatch, my Apple Watch. Then I'll go to, that's alarm set right here. So you'll go through your alarm set, read the instructions, how you do it. You can see in the upper right, the alarm indicator will show when it's showing. Notice the illumination stays on by default for about 3 seconds. I do like that. That is not user selectable. And then we go back to time. It's right there. So now we're back to time. And you can set your day, date. Now this upper right button here should show you the date. There you go. So you'll press this and it'll show you the date right there. Again, this watch is not set. It's just random right now. Pretty cool. And then you press this lower one. It'll show you what your alarm is set for. End of functions. That's it. What? That's simple. Yeah, it is simple, but check this out. This is what most guys like. They don't use the ABC functions. I'm speaking of myself. I usually do not. I don't. I use time. I'll use timer, countdown. Occasionally I'll use barometer for trends and weather. I do like that. Occasionally I'll use compass, but you know, if I have this on, or if I have my watch with or my phone with me, I don't really need those. Just nice to have. Point being is I don't think a lot of guys will care. I really don't. Now, I told you how the digital display shows right here. You can change the time, and then your standard analog time is just set by simple, standard, conventional crown adjustments. So you'll hack your second hands, rotate it, and turn it around, you know, set it for whatever you want. I usually try to sync them up exactly in the seconds, both of these, and usually in the same time zone, but occasionally I'll vary that. So again, in a real Casio, this would be a different function, but that's just light function. And then all this stuff, it shows you some other stuff. I don't know, there's some variations that will say compass or something like that. It's all made up. It's not functional. Like this one here, this variation shows cardinal directions around the circumference of the bezel. No compass function is included. Look at the difference in buttons too. These are both SMAELs. So the button quality is not near that of a Casio. Casios are double O-ring sealed, they're metal. These are plastic buttons. I think they are O-ring sealed. These are 50 meter or 5 bar water resistant, which is not bad. But you're not going to get the same quality level. I mean, spend the $300 if that's what you want. The cases themselves look very similar actually. The screws look similar, the bands look identical to me. So the genuine Casios are on the left and the SMAELs are on the right. Man, I wish they would have come up with a better name though. That's a bad name. Love this band color right here. Awesome. How's durability then? Well, we're new to this watch and I really can't speak to it. I mean, it would take you know, a year of hard use of testing these watches to let you know. But they're so affordable, who cares? That's the bottom line. Who cares? You get a year out of it and it makes you happy every time you put it on. That's money well spent. I mean, you'll spend $25 on a lunch sometimes. It happens. So 25 bucks for these, totally worth it. My favorite colors are any of the camouflage bands and the orange yellow band. I just love that. And these are not far behind. The solid desert tan and the solid OD strap. Amazing. Remember, these are double stainless steel clasp. I haven't had any band failures in wearing them at all. I haven't had any of them break. I haven't had the crown pull out, which sometimes is a problem with some of these watches, that the quality levels are such, they look good, and then when you start using them, that they'll fall apart on you. I ain't going to tell you that can't happen. I ain't going to tell you that at all. But from what we've seen, And I like the boys buying theirs too and putting them through use because it helps me with data. They haven't had any failures on theirs as well. They do come with a crystal protector on it. And in fact, I think this one still has it on it from the box. So it's just kind of a vinyl crystal protector. You can just leave that on. So that's added value as well. You don't even have to take that off. And never mind, it's kind of a recessed crystal where it will minimize some of the scratching. But keep in mind, this is not sapphire. It's not even mineral. I think it's an acrylic crystal. So I think from what I know, durability is excellent. I did talk about the battery replacement might be a challenge, but you just take your strap off. I think they have screw-in lugs just like the Mudmaster does. Take them out and attempt it. See, you know, what battery's in there, see if you can replace it. If all else fails, hopefully they're still being made, just go buy another one. Totally. So this is one of the all-time coolest value watches I've ever seen in my life. Again, it's a watch I could wear all day long, every day. And these aren't set, so they're not supposed to be like all synced up. The SMAEL Tactical, yeah, it's a Casio Mudmaster knockoff, but it's a great starter watch for the Mudmaster. So you wear this, you really love it, and then you go, hey, I want some ABC functions, and I'm willing to spend about $575 more. Knock yourself out. My guess is you will take this, run it, and love it so much you'll never want to upgrade. Nutnfancy.